Marjorie Benbow is a political newcomer. John Bluss is a veteran lawmaker making a comeback after dropping out of politics 6 years ago. They're running to represent the 62nd House District, a seat that John Faircloth held for more than a decade before retiring this year. The seat represents some 80,000 people in western Guilford County, stretching from Stokesdale to northern High Point.
My opponent and I could not be more different. He is a career politician. I'm a public servant who began volunteering before I was age 10.
I think I developed a reputation for integrity and independence, and even if I will vote against my own party if they think it's wrong.
Both candidates responded to questions at a recent forum sponsored by Greensboro's Temple Emmanuel. They also answered questions in a sit-down interview with WXII 12 News. Why are you getting back into politics?
Well, what really triggered me was the casino issue and the Summerfield de-annexation issues.
John Bluss says that leaders of his own party tried to adopt casinos and successfully de-annex Summerfield without so much as a public hearing. He says that's why he's returning to politics. Is there some issue in particular that has driven you to run for office?
Absolutely. Where we're taking hundreds of millions of dollars and taking them from the public schools and pumping them into the private schools really got me upset.
Marjorie Benbow, a former school teacher, says that she was recruited by Governor Cooper to run for the legislature and join him in the fight against private school vouchers.
It's got to stop. Our public schools need all the help we can get.
Benbow says reproductive rights in North Carolina will play a major role in her race. The Summerfield Democrat says that while knocking on doors, she heard voters make the same plea for help time and time again.
You're going to make sure, aren't you, Margie, that my daughter and granddaughters have the same rights that I did.
Bluss supports vouchers and told us he opposes abortion. Do you want to ban abortion?
Well, I'm not ready to vote on that. I would love to see the day when people believe it's wrong.
At a political forum, Bluss talked about the birth of his own child, the result of an unexpected pregnancy.
And I just became aware in those hours and hours and days that human life is a miracle. And it's not just something that can be given to little slogans here and there and this and that. And we ought to stop and think about that.
Bluss says his top issue in the campaign is the economy.
People are struggling. People have to pay their bills. People need to find work. So I think the biggest issue is what can the state do to keep our strong economy in North Carolina going?
Bluss says immigration is hurting efforts to create jobs for American workers.
Almost all the job creation in the last 2 years has gone to people who aren't Americans.
I don't know where that information comes. I haven't seen that.
I've read it several times.
I have not seen that. Benbow says that one issue her opponent opposed stands out in her mind: Medicaid expansion.
I was particularly upset about Medicaid expansion. I have a master's of public health, and so you can imagine how it punched me in the gut.
Do you regret that vote, or do you think it was the right thing to do?
No, I think it was right. And
Bluss says he was surprised when GOP leaders recently approved Medicaid expansion after years of opposing it. Do you think Medicaid expansion has been good for North Carolina or not?
Well, I don't think it will ultimately work out well.
I get to see the impact when someone like John Bluss votes against Medicaid expansion, and we have 12 years of our most vulnerable populations without any kind of health insurance.
Republican John Bluss is the incumbent in this race. His party picked him to replace the retiring John Faircloth. This district leans Republican. Bill O'Neill, WXII 12 News.